Welcome to Mind Matters at Southeast Psych. I'm Dr. Craig Pohlman, and I'm joined by my colleague Jennifer McConnell, and we're talking about the whole idea of collaborating between home, school, and our role as clinicians. Jennifer, what are some considerations you have when you're trying to help a parent work with the school on behalf of their child?
Sure. I think building that communication is really important, and I think that is one of our most important roles. It is easy for parents to get caught up in the day-to-day of school or to come somewhere outside of school and have all this knowledge and then not know how to take it back to the school. So I think it's great that we can serve as that liaison and be able to go back in and use that as a starting point to say, okay, how can we make this child more successful in this classroom, and use it as a conversation starting point.
Now, our assessments are geared towards identifying where the breakdown is occurring. Why is a student struggling in a certain academic area? But strengths are really important too.
Definitely.
So talk about that.
And I think in my experience in going in and doing meetings with teachers, with school administrative staff, I think that that's one of the most important things that you can focus on, is coming in and starting off with the child's strengths. I think it helps the teacher better understand that child as a learner, because everybody does have strengths and weaknesses, and understanding this is what really is a strength for this child, and this is easy for this child, this is a great way to try to tap into how this child learns, is going to be a great thing for that teacher to understand a little bit more.
It's amazing. For so many struggling learners, they've forgotten the good stuff. They aren't even aware that they are capable of doing things. And I think, unfortunately, a lot of teachers get into a mindset, and for a lot of reasons, like that they've got a lot of kids they have to take care of, but they lose sight of what a kid can do, and they just focus on what a kid can't do. So as much as we can remind everyone about a kid's assets, the better. Everyone's the better for it.
That's a great point.
And I think in a lot of the meetings I attend, it really helps to establish some ground rules that everyone's on an equal footing. I mean, really, at a meeting at a school, we're all there as a team to help that student. The teacher has a perspective and expertise, the parent has a perspective and expertise, and we, as a third party, have an expertise as well. So bringing everyone to bear on the problem really helps.
And I think it's so important to get feedback from all of those parties, and to hear what everyone's concerns are and what everyone has tried to help either at home, at school, different things. I think hearing all of those different perspectives is vital to any kind of successful meeting.
The best meetings I've been a part of have really been brainstorming sessions.
Definitely.
We start with that shared understanding of the student, and we use that as a launching pad for what's possible to help this student. And then what the teachers and parents can help do is be reality checks. Well, that's a good idea, but I don't think that will really work in this classroom. What if we tweaked it and tried this instead? Some really good stuff comes out of that type of dialogue.
I completely agree.
We often come up with a lot of ideas, though, and you can't implement all of them. You got to prioritize.
And I think it's important to focus on quality over quantity.
Right. Yeah.
And so I think that is something that is easy for us to do, is to generate too many strategies. And I always try to make that very clear, that we are trying to find the most important things that are going to help that child immediately in the classroom, and what's feasible for the teacher to do, what's feasible also for that learner to do. You don't want them to get overwhelmed with the day-to-day tasks, but then we're going to ask them to do 5 other things on top of that.
Because a kid does need time to be a kid, or they're not going to be productive when we're asking them to be a learner and a student. So that's really important. So some really good considerations there on homeschool collaboration. Thank you, Jennifer, for being here. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
I'm Craig Pohlman for Mind Matters at Southeast Psych, where we're saving the world, one partnership at a time.